In this PowerPoint, we will be going over the various types of art media that you will be using throughout my class. You will be tested on this as we go along with our projects. In drawing, you can use pencil. The pencils that you use will have a label, which can be HB, 2B, 2. The labels depend on the shade of the lead in the pencil. So, for instance, if you use an HB, that would most likely be a darker shade. And once you apply that to your paper, it will be darker than, say, an H. In colored pencil, this isn't the case. Colored pencils are all the same darkness or lightness. Colored pencils, they can be blended, but it's easier just to find the exact color in the set that you are provided with. Ink can be very hard to use. It's not easily manipulated. Once you put ink down, you can't erase it as you can with a pencil. So once that mark is made, it is permanent. So you have to be very careful when applying ink to paper. Markers are the same way. Markers, there are no erasers. You have to make sure that you want that color, that mark there in that exact spot. Pastels are actually very fun to use. I would recommend using these with elementary kids. Pastels are very fun. They're easily manipulated. You can do many things with pastels, as well as chalk. Pastels and chalk are mostly, they're in the same grouping. With pastels, are a little bit more waxy compared to chalk. Chalk is easier to wash off. I would also recommend that for elementary students. Painting is the next media that we are going to go over. Watercolor is very, very fun to use. It makes beautiful marks when applied to the canvas. It blends very, very well. But the only thing is, watercolor is not easy to manipulate. It does what it wants as well. With acrylic, I would recommend this for high school. Acrylic is easy. It dries very fast. It's easily blendable. You can make all kinds of different shades and colors with acrylic. I use this personally whenever I create art. It's probably my favorite, and it makes beautiful colors when applied to a canvas. Oil is what you see mostly in older paintings from like the 1800s. It creates darker shades when you use it. It doesn't dry very fast compared to acrylic. Oil paints dry very slow, which can be a good thing if you would like to change things in your painting. The paints you usually apply in layers. You'll apply your first layer, then you'll add shades or hues in oil. It's a very, very older media to use. Tempera is basically very similar to acrylic. It dries a little bit slower than acrylic, and it's actually more expensive. Photography is very fun to use. It's used everywhere in today. Everybody's using it to take pictures. Digital photography especially. Film isn't used as much as digital, but I would highly recommend film. Film photography is just a very, very fun process to do. I'll try to use this in at least one or two of my lessons that I'll be going over. Film is great. It's so much fun, and I hope to be able to do that. We can at least develop one picture. Mixed media. Collages are very, very fun to make. You can represent ideas. You can do anything with collages, really. Assemblage is basically the same thing. There's all kinds of things that you can do with this media, and it's very, very fun to use in groups, especially like creating collages with peers. I'll try to do at least a few projects based on collages in class. Printmaking. This is a very, very old process. Woodcuts, they are very fun to make. Etchings, it leaves the surface very, very neat. And we'll be going over linocut, monoprint, woodcuts, and etching further down the line in class. Sculpture, this is one that I would really like to go over. We will be using clay in our class for sculptures. We'll be making 3-dimensional sculptures, and using sculpture is very, very fun. Making sculptures are very easy, and it's just a great material to use. But yeah, it's very, very fun, and I hope to be able to do this at least maybe twice in the course. But we'll be going over this further too in class. And here are some books, and here are some helpful links if you'd like to look up more information. Thank you so much.